No, this isn't New Orleans. This parade has become a Detroit tradition. Thousands of people join together in hopes of banishing the Nain Rouge.
That's right. This year's event is coming up on Sunday. And once again, the red dwarf, who's haunted Detroit for more than 300 years, is expected to make an appearance.
He's never done a TV interview, by the way. Until now. Stephen Clark, you've got clout, my friend. He joins us now to tell us why Detroit 2020 wants to help run the Nain Rouge right out of town, huh?
We always land the big interviews. Who or what is the Nain Rouge, you ask? Well, he or it's a big part of Detroit legend. Specifically, for hundreds of years, he's gotten the blame for everything bad that's ever happened in Detroit. This parade is more than just a celebration of Detroit. It's an occasion to actually run the bad times out of town. And this is the guy allegedly behind all of Detroit's bad times.
You know, Stefan, can I call you Stefan?
I'd rather you call me Stephen.
Okay, Stefan.
He's known as Le Nain Rouge. But as you can see, he's a little difficult. You know, we're doing an interview here.
This will go faster if you just let me take the call.
And according to legend, the name goes back to the beginning of Detroit history, when a fortune teller told explorer Antoine de la Mothe Cadillac that a red imp of his dreams was a harbinger of bad times to come. So for 200 years, the Nain got the blame for a lot of bad stuff.
The history of it is that he tends to manifest at times, you know, he's been around during bad ice storms and during the fire and all these sort of historic events that have happened in Detroit.
And for the first time in 300 years, the Nain has agreed to a television interview.
I really felt it was time to go public in a bigger way and let people know about my new awareness campaign, my new philosophy of relentless negative apathy.
Why so dreary? In our interview, where the Nain preferred to stay in the darkness, he took the credit for everything from the bad weather.
You're living out the bad decision made 300 years ago by idiots that stayed in Detroit rather than moving closer to the equator.
To Detroit's EFM, to the NHL strike.
The NHL strike was my solution to the success that the Red Wings occasionally bring. Curiously, I've never had anything to do with the Lions. They're just terrible.
Clearly, this guy has got to go. Which brings us back to Sunday's Marche du Nain Rouge. Kind of a run, kind of a walk, kind of a parade down Detroit's Cass Corridor. A positive gathering to banish one negative dude.
You know, Steph,
Stephen,
if I had a dime for every time people think they can defeat me or banish me or run me out of town, they can't. I'm the living embodiment of everything that holds Detroit back.
I don't like that guy.
No.
Just not at all. The official Marche du Nain Rouge festivities begin Sunday at 1 p.m. in the parking lot of the Traffic Jam and Snug, a restaurant on Canfield in Detroit. A great place to go, by the way. A number of businesses are offering specials and discounts in the days leading up to the big event. We have an entire list on our website at Detroit2020.com. So
This is the time, though.
Yeah.
You're marching him right out, I can tell.
He may be negative, but he's pretty funny.
He is a funny guy. We don't want to run the funny part of him out of town. It's just a great opportunity to say, listen, you know, let's look at the positive, and they just found a guy to kind of embody the negative. And the cool thing is, it's a 300 year, I guess back when kids like 200 years ago,
right,
they'd say, go to bed or the Nain gets you.
Wow, how about that?
It's a great tradition that they've started.
So they've resurrected an old tradition.